All right, so first we got to look at this is a big problem at Penn State's energy consumption, but we need to talk about like why it's a problem here at Penn State. That's what we got to tackle first. So, I mean, I think it's a huge thing because like we're going through like 400 million kilowatt hours, which is, I mean, we don't really know much about like what that really means, but what it breaks out to is it costs like $49 million, which is like if you divide it by the amount of students here, it's $1,166 per student. So if we could reduce the energy consumption, then potentially like bring down tuition fees, which are already really high, and that way people have more money to spend on books and other things. So.
Yeah, also that we buy most of our energy. We do have things that create it, but since we buy most of it, we are spending like a lot of money on that too. So if we could somehow reduce that cost, we could.
Definitely.
I think also just as the main thing about students being aware and not really knowing about what to do. Because I noticed that in my hall that there's like recycling bins and they have individual things for like newspaper and all that other stuff.
We have those.
But no one really uses it. Like I just see like the trash
I
full
think most
of like
people just ignore it. So.
yeah.
Yeah, like when the trash people are like taking out all of them, like the big trash cans and like the ones that are in like the closets in your dorm, I feel like they're like, I don't know, they definitely have to like go through it or like something.
So maybe if we make students more aware of like the energy they use and stuff.
And like
then maybe
students, I feel like some of them just don't care in general. Like, they
Yeah,
don't
because
take
like
the time.
you're paying to go to Penn State, but then you don't pay like another rate of like energy costs. So like once you go in, like you don't really care much like using your room. Like you don't care if you like leave the fan on like when you leave, because then like the
I
room's
leave mine
kind of
on
cool.
all the time.
Yeah, so like I don't think I've turned my fan off like once.
Yeah, it gets too hot. But
So I mean I think that's like a main problem is that there's no penalty at all for like your own energy consumption.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that seems like a big problem. Any other like problems associated with the Penn State energy consumption?
No, I just think we need to try and reduce the energy use and reduce how much we spend.
Definitely.
What did I read?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're not just spending like money on like electricity, like also we spend like a lot on like coal, natural gas, and like and fuel oil. It comes out to like 20.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I mean it comes out to a lot of money.
I think we.
For that.
The total energy bill, which includes electricity, coal, heating, oil, and natural gas for a year, is $49 million. Penn State.
Yeah. I also read that we use 51,168 tons of coal per year and 110 million cubic feet of natural gas. So definitely, probably way more than we need to be using.
Definitely.
And just half the 24 million of that is just used for electricity at University Park, and that's just University Park.
Yeah.
In University Park.
Consumes 80% of like the total energy Penn State uses.
Yeah, that's
so yeah, I mean that's so it definitely is a problem that's really we can all relate to since we're all at the main campus here,
definitely.
and we're the ones using. I mean 80%. That's
80%
majority.
is just university.
Yeah, so where we are right now, it's definitely it really relates a lot to us. So
it's kind of hard to believe. Just like out of 20 campuses, this one let alone uses 80% of all the energy. It's just crazy to think about.
Definitely. All right. So what kind of criteria do we want for our solutions to energy consumption? So obviously we want it to be like a low, like we want to bring the cost down.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't be more than the cost of like
of what we're doing now.
Yeah.
And also I think student awareness probably.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it shouldn't like cause a problem throughout everyday life, like a hassle to like actually do.
Yeah, definitely.
Like don't cause an interruption.
So I mean, yeah, like everyday life, especially we don't want it to affect like academics at all. Like if you can't, if you're too hot in the room,
you can't get in a building or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we're here to excel academically, so we want to save money and we want to cut down the amount of electricity, fuel costs we're using, but at the same time, we want to keep the same standard of living. So that's definitely a huge thing. Is like just making sure our everyday life.
I don't know about your guys' high school. Mine actually didn't have AC in all of the rooms, so taking the SAT and stuff was definitely.
Neither did mine.
During the summer, it's pretty hot, so.
It was brutal.
Definitely don't want to reduce any of that, but we still gotta find a way to reduce the cost and energy use.
Mm-hmm.
We could I don't know if all the lights yet are incandescent.
Yeah, like the
The-
ones that use less energy, or
Yeah.
the energy efficient bulbs. Or
No,
whatever.
the
Are those
they are.
fluorescent? What's
Yeah,
called?
the fluorescent ones.
Yeah,
Fluorescent?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, like another thing is we don't want the light to be diminished by too much because we want to be able to see.
Yeah.
So everyday life again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So can we think of any other like criteria we want to set for energy consumption? Like
Low cost.
Yeah,
Low,
I mean,
low cost.
energy.
Yeah.
That's probably our main.
yeah.
More awareness among the students, but I don't know how we could do that with like.
Yeah, with them caring.
Because I know some people care that, but it's not like most of them care.
Yeah, if be honest, if you got an email that saying that, you'd probably just disregard it. So we should find
Yeah.
another way to like appeal to the
Okay.
students.
Yeah, definitely. Because maybe students can't really relate to the problem, but if you start like
Mm-hmm.
talking to them about it, getting them involved, because I mean, people aren't really connected to. They don't really understand how much energy we're going through. At least I didn't until I started
Yeah,
researching.
same here.
So I think that's definitely something that needs to be addressed in whatever we do. But I think like another thing is like if we keep the money like here at Penn State, if we invest in like ourselves, because like I know there are a lot of like the energy or like the agricultural school, they have like a lot to do with energy.
Yeah.
If we like give them money and they're the ones who like
Like sort of capitalize on the people that are interested in it in a way to help us
exactly.
out.
So like involve ourselves, I guess would be kind of like
yeah.
one way to do it. That way we could be like putting money towards
Mm-hmm.
students who are here already. So yeah. All right. Cool. So like what are some possible solutions that we could do to reduce energy consumption at Penn State? And I mean, we're just gonna like say our solutions. We don't have to evaluate them till
Yeah.
after this. So yeah, we'll just.
We can definitely do the lights, have the automatic lights, so
Yeah, like
people aren't
censored
in
lights.
there.
You walk in, the lights turn on. You walk out, lights turn off.
Yeah, because they're in some buildings, but not every building.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have a lot of
It's a
buildings
good
here at
start.
Penn State,
Yeah.
and so I mean, just in the dorms, that's not a huge inconvenience if you walk in.
Yeah. The lights turn on. It's like you
Yeah.
walk into a dark room.
So I mean, because that's just not everywhere here at Penn State.
At night, you could use less amount of lights.
Yeah.
Too, like we talked about, and then even like lights that dim, too.
Mhm.
Dim that use less energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if we
a little
could appeal to the students in a way, we could get them to put all their laptops and stuff when they're plugged in on the energy saver. That would probably reduce a lot as well. So, but that's again, we got to somehow appeal that to the
You have
students.
to raise student awareness.
Yeah, I think student awareness is huge, especially like freshman year. 'Cause
Definitely.
that way, even when they're done at Penn State, it's gonna be a big carryover to like how they do with their normal lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's almost like you need to have a way that like if you walk out of the room, the lights like can't be on or something. So maybe like when you walk into your bedroom, like you need to have like your student ID. Like I've seen in hotel rooms before, you put in like your student ID and then you're able to turn the lights on or something. Like you have some sort of card,
Really?
which could so like you just like stick your
So,
that
don't forget.
Yeah, I stayed at a
don't
hotel
forget
where you had to do
Yeah.
that. You have to keep your room key in for the light to be on, just because they're trying to save energy.
Yeah. So that way like you need your student ID to get back into
Mhm.
the building. And
Yeah.
so you're gonna take that out, the lights will go out and everything. So I mean you don't need
Oh,
and then that
yeah.
way the fan would also turn off.
It probably wouldn't be
So-
too cost effective either. Like you'd definitely be in the long run saving more than just spending to put in those
Yeah, I
like
feel
sensors.
like that's true.
Yeah, because I mean this is this university's been here for a very long time and it's gonna still be here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Can we think of any other things? Like I think you were talking about like wind power or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
What was it? 41% of the renewable energy that the university buys comes from wind power. It's split between Pennsylvania-based wind and national wind energy.
Okay.
And then also, someone said that the problem is that Penn State doesn't implement solar production on the campus itself.
Yeah.
So they don't really.
definitely. So
So
put in
there's
some
a-
solar panels. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
there's a lot of field and solar panels. I think I read they're only about $150 per solar panel, and they're actually pretty easy to make and get. So it wouldn't be too much of a problem there.
True. Yeah. Yeah, I think lights is like the big factor here because I mean
Mm-hmm.
that's just
Yeah.
they use up a lot of energy.
150 is pretty cheap. I was expecting when I was reading it would be like 1,000, 1,200 per solar panel, but 150 is not too bad.
Yeah.
And then another solution for like for the recycling, I always find it kind of cool when I see like facts about what the recycling does.
Yeah.
Like, I forget where I read.
Yeah, we
there was
used to
this
have
place
those
I
in my
stayed at,
school.
and every time there was like a trash can, it said like, if you like
fact.
throw out like a plastic bottle in a trash can, blah 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 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And
what do you guys think about the steam power though? It does make it more efficient, but do you think we should do anything more with it, or?
I mean, I definitely think whenever you like produce power yourself, it's always good. You don't have to pay for the middleman, you know. So I mean, I definitely think that they should look more into like making more for themselves, even if it's just like a 10% increase or something like that. I mean, that's still in the long
better.
run. Yeah. So just more on-campus production.
And then maybe a way of also, what was I gonna say, of like funding all these possible solutions is like a fundraiser,
Yeah.
which goes in with like the, I don't know what we could do for like,
You could just like at like big football games or something. You could just like ask people or something, or
Maybe that's where your
definitely
facts come in.
Yeah.
Football games. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we could present the facts like Beaver Stadium uses
I
this
bet the
amount of
football
energy
stadium
for
uses a ton
football
of
game.
energy.
Yeah, but it does. Okay. Anything else?
We
I
could
don't
do a fundraiser, and then like, I was thinking maybe to raise student awareness, like, we could do something with Welcome Week. Like, when we first got here, there was like, we had a couple like huge like meetings with each other,
Yeah.
like getting to know
I
each
think
other.
if we present it like really early, I would think it would catch more people.
True, and just say like how big of a problem it is here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think another thing is like like at least my building, it's like the trash is on one corner of one thing and the recycling's at the other corner. So at least for me, like the first week, I didn't know where the recycling was. Like, I even though it's like just right around the corner. So maybe like along with the facts that you were saying, you know, like outside the trash door or whatever, also put like the recycling bin like is right, or like the recycling door is right around the corner, like it's 3 steps away or whatever, and then maybe people will think first, think before they just dump a water bottle in the trash can.
Yeah.
So.
maybe, I don't know about you, like your dorms and stuff, but my dorm, it only comes with like a trash can. It doesn't come with a separate recycling bin. So sometimes I just find myself like throwing recycle stuff in with the trash, and then like
What
maybe
building do you live in?
Yeah,
We
so
going?
maybe put like
we don't
recycling
have-
in the
we don't have
rooms.
like in your actual dorm.
Yeah, my dorm. Yeah, we don't have that.
We have them in I live in Hartranft, and they have like 2 trash cans, recycling for like plastic bottles, newspaper thing, then like compost, and then like styrofoam, and then they have like metal cans and like other plastic. But then cardboard, they have it in a really weird spot.
It's like downstairs or something.
It's
right?
like downstairs in in the back room, and no one knows where it is. Like, I think they might have told us when we had our like our meeting with our RA.
So cardboard's a problem,
Yeah,
then,
so,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
easier disposal of cardboard.
No one like knows it, and I got yelled at by one of the housing ladies because I put one on a package box I got like next to the trash can. She like knocked on my door right before class when I was sleeping, started yelling at me. So I put it downstairs.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think just awareness is a big thing, because like we said, anything that we can do to raise awareness with like signs or anything, or finding out where to put stuff is always helpful.
Also, read Penn State has like 5 dams like locally producing power. So I don't know if there's anything else we could do it there, but just
Make it more
another idea.
efficient.
Yeah. But I think they're pretty old, so maybe they probably needed updated some way.
It's true. They could
So,
use a lot of
Take
money.
a look at that.
And I know that they're also reducing the coal consumption with a physical plant building, which is a new method of water treatment of the power plant.
Yeah, I think I
Using
read something about
reverse
that too.
osmosis to save coal.
Yeah, I think
And-
Penn State was saying they wanted to get off coal by
Yeah,
like
2015.
2015.
Yeah, I read that too.
Converted
Yeah.
to natural gas.
Yeah, I mean that's great, because I mean we know natural gas is readily available here in Pennsylvania, so that's probably cost effective. Like they don't really pay for transportation costs compared to somewhere else in like Maryland. or
Coal's
something.
pretty expensive too, so if we could eliminate that, we're eliminating a lot of costs there.
Yeah, and like it puts a lot of carbon into the air, you know, like coal,
Yeah.
so which is obviously not good for the environment, especially when we're trying to promote being green and
Yeah.
everything. So
I mean, definitely looking like more wind, because I mean, we're in the middle of Pennsylvania. It's just farmland pretty much. And
Definitely.
some valleys. And
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, like they put in I think I wrote down they put in $56 million into energy savings. So I mean, I don't know how much like land costs in Pennsylvania, but like there are a lot of mountains here. Like I'm sure you could like buy that land and then
definitely.
like fund also like programs here at Penn State that like do wind energy and like alternative energy.
Yeah.
And give them money to start building the projects they actually talk about. So, which would
Yeah.
benefit the university because we would be able to use the actual energy that they produce. So, I don't know. All right, so I guess we got to go through the solutions, and if we come up with more solutions when we're doing this, feel free to share it. We got to look at the solutions and see how they reduce energy, and also if they satisfy our criteria. And what we said was that, like, obviously it should be money down, and everyday life shouldn't be affected. Student awareness should go up, and it shouldn't just be something we put in and students don't know about, I guess. And we need to really take a step forward here at University Parks. I mean, we can do here because we use most of the energy.
Yeah.
So, all right. And the first one we talked about was lights. So, does anyone want to talk about how that meets the criteria or anything like that?
What do you mean by meets it?
Money saving, everyday life. Is it affected by the lights? Like, how do you guys feel about the lights as our one of our solutions?
I mean, yeah, I think it's simple if you just all like put in sensors and people put their cards in. It's simple. It's not hard to do, and if you don't do it, you don't get lights. So everyone kind of has to do it. So I think that's
true. Yeah. So you think the long run would be better then if we put in the sensors now?
I think the long run would be
Long run would
better.
definitely pay off. Yeah, and then maybe like during off hours, like during the night or something, like from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Maybe like turn off a few of the hallway lights.
Yeah.
With it, I don't know how much we can do because the fire department, they might have like a specific amount of light you need in a hallway, but like within reason, like maybe every like one for every 3 or something. So
yeah.
Maybe we could also like, cause when I was practicing my speech, I went in the business building at like 9 o'clock, and I noticed that there was some kids in classrooms, and like it would be one girl in like the classroom on a computer, and all the lights were on. But I don't know if Penn State's already doing it, but what if they like did individual sections of like a room?
Yeah.
Like
So
buttons.
just like one light turns on every room.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
all
like
of
you
them.
have like a section like here, then like there and there and there or something.
yeah. But then like another thing is that they do have that student awareness, which is one of our things too. Should be one of the big things because it might be there for students to turn on a certain section, but if they're not doing it, then it's not really doing anything.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we definitely we should there's this thing called eco reps here at Penn State. Like I'm gonna be an eco rep in the fall. So
Is that like the Green Club or something?
yeah, so it's like a group of like 14 people. I think like there are 2 for every residence hall. So I think it's like really important that like we like the eco reps like really work with the people at the beginning and explain like what there is, the facts and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you know what the time is?
Looking at 18 minutes. Okay.
Pretty good.
Right on track, people. All right. Laptops on energy. Like off energy. So you were saying you were saying how like put on the laptops on an energy saving mode.
The energy saver. I wouldn't know how to promote that to students though. I guess we're trying to find a way, but
Maybe it could be like what was it? I heard that I remember when I was in like 7th grade, it could be like the outlets because like I have like an extension cord with all those like different like I don't know what it's called, power outlet with like all those different
like
power strips.
The power strip.
yeah.
I have like
I have one.
the whole thing's full and I just leave it plugged in all the time, even when I'm not using it. But I remember my 7th grade teacher was telling me that when she's not using her TV, she'll unplug it, and it saved her like a lot. I forget how much it was, but it was like a surprising amount of money per month.
Yeah.
So you're saying we just like unplug the power
Unplug
strip?
them
Yeah,
when
just
you're not
promote
using it.
unplugging it. I guess when you're not using it.
Okay.
Like
But
it was like a surprising amount of money she saved per month by just like unplugging a TV for a couple hours a day, or like other things a couple hours a day.
maybe that's like a little like pamphlet or something, like a brochure you put in every single door. Like you wouldn't have to make it that thick, but just like just a single sheet. That way it's a quick read, and just say like if you unplug your things when you're at class, you're gonna save the university and like your tuition bills, because like that's how you can relate to everybody.
Yeah,
like,
the tuition bills.
and just and say like that's how much more money you would have. So at the beginning of the year, everyone knows like, oh wow, if I unplug my power strip when I'm not even here, I can save a lot of money. Or if like if I'm working on my Mac and I see the thing's green, I can unplug that because I no longer need to charge my MacBook Pro when it's fully charged. So yeah, definitely. What about like maybe like timers? Like you have a certain amount of energy in the room. I don't know. Like they put in like
I know what you mean, like a timer sorta. But
or like a box that would be able to like track how much energy you're using. I don't know. I don't know how you would. That probably would cost a lot of money. That's the thing.
Cost a lot.
Yeah,
but it's a good idea, but
yeah. I mean, maybe if they're building new dorms, they could put that in. You know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much it'd cost just to put in a new dorm, but another group's walking in. But it probably costs way too much for like the old dorms, you know, because you have to like run the wires through and everything, which just take too long. All right. Solar panels. What do we think about those?
Yeah, I think they're simple. I just have to figure out where to set it up, and I guess and how much we need. So
I didn't read much into them.
Yeah, neither did I. But I guess we could just like put them on the roofs of buildings.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
That'd be the best.
Yeah, that would work too.
Solar panels don't. The problem is they don't capture that much energy from the sun. It's like zero. It's like
Yeah.
0.0015 or something.
Especially
That's
Penn State.
That's why they're cheap.
Yeah. So maybe like the initial goal was not to put them up because they're not really that efficient right now. Maybe like just put more money into programs here at Penn State that work on solar panels, and then they can work on like putting prototypes out. I mean, we have a lot of open space, you know, on top of buildings. Like I don't know, maybe there's spots on Beaver Stadium you could put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that could be done. And then so we're really talking about like raising awareness and like facts on like the recycling and stuff. So what are ways we want to do that, and what do we think about
You
that?
could also I just thought of like a totally new idea, but we'll stick on this. Just like maybe on the door, each door like that is put it out, or in my dorm they have like this big bulletin board where all the trash is, and they have all these pieces of paper on about clubs and stuff. But maybe they have like a section just for energy, about like
like the fact sheet.
like 10 recycling 10 water bottles can save you this or whatever. Like 100 water bottles will make this, or I don't know, save animals or something. Because everyone loves animals.
Everyone
Loves animals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Definitely just gonna not overwhelm them with facts, but give them some facts on like water bottles.
Yeah, maybe like 3 or 4, not too much.
Just to make it simple enough.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, what if like for the water bottles, you know, like the gym and like you see other places that have the water stations.
Yeah.
What do you put that into the dorm? Because I know like I'm in Simmons, they just have like the simple water fountains, and the water doesn't taste that good. What if you put in like a water station instead, and that way you can like it has one of those refillable bottle things. So it's like, and I think it actually cools the water and filters the water as well. So what if you put that in like every 2 of those in every single floor, and that way kids, instead of like throwing out their like plastic water bottle, they just rather go out and just fill it up. What about that? I mean, I feel like that wouldn't cost that much more.
So instead of trying to get people to recycle, we're eliminating recycling.
So
that could work.
We're reducing essentially. Yeah.
The water in mine is nasty. Like,
Same. Yeah.
It's like
mine.
it's pretty much just white, like just filled with stuff when I get it from the water fountain. But also, what about in the bathrooms with the toilets? Like they're actual like flush ones. Why don't? Because you know how you see in like some bathrooms so they don't even have like any water and all. Pretty much, it's just like, you know what I mean. They don't really have the urinals that
Oh, the no water urinals.
Urinals.
Yeah, we don't even have urinals in my bathroom.
Neither do we.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So it means like every time you take a leak, you gotta like flush like 2 gallons of water down, which doesn't seem like that's that good.
And the showers too, maybe make them. I don't know how nice yours are, but mine are not like that great.
Yeah, maybe they put on like more like better.
They're just like shooting out water, like just like straight out, not even like a spray.
Yeah.
True. So maybe like put on a different kind of like shower head or something. That way it's more like it sprays more kind of like out.
Yeah. I have some like information actually about this. There's like apparently a shower head test to determine if your shower head is water efficient, and like you get a bucket and a watch or like a clock, and you place the bucket underneath a shower head, and then you turn the shower on all the way using cold water and time how long it takes for 1 gallon of water to fill into the bucket. And apparently if it takes less than 24 seconds to fill a gallon of water, then you do not have the most efficient shower head.
Yeah, mine would definitely beat that. It would beat it.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely something that they should do when like, like the people that are in charge of the buildings, like go through and test them, because I mean I think shower heads are like $20.
Yeah, I know.
So
if you get a decent one, save money. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. So like save some money. Plus like kids aren't going to be in the shower as long if they feel like they're getting like more water on them, but it's actually less water. Like if it's a jet, you feel like you're not getting that much water on you.
Yeah.
But if it's like more of a spray, you could reduce the amount of water potentially, and it's also like the person taking the shower could feel like they're getting more water on them when it's actually less water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely something.
And I know like when we were talking about the toilets and stuff, I know like in most of the I know the business building has more of those energy efficient toilets and stuff that like just flush themselves or stuff like that. But I know, in the residence halls they don't, and we're definitely spending more time in the residence halls.
Definitely, yeah. So, all right. So yeah, the water thing's a big issue. Especially like I know in my dorm, you go to the sink and you try and like some of them you can't even push all the way and they're still like leaking or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fix leaks, I guess.
Yeah, because that seems like you lose a lot of like if that's just in mine, and like you're saying, oh, yours still have leaks. Like that's multiplied. There's like 2 bathrooms on each floor, so there's a bunch of floors. I'm sure they're losing gallons like every second. So just from the whole like dripping thing. So I think like definitely kind of fixing those, like that's a small thing that could just go through with like I don't know, like a screwdriver or something, or loosen the hinge, that way you can like push it all the way forward. So I don't think that would cost that much money to do that. So all right, okay. So we were talking about more on-campus production. We just talked about solar production, and so do you think that's something they should look into, like looking into it and like to invest money?
Yeah, it's not something we need to do right away, but I think if we get some people to research it,
I don't feel like we should just go out and buy a whole bunch of solar panels or something.
Yeah, because they don't produce that much energy. If we could find a way for them to produce more, then I'd say why not. But right now it's not really too much of a necessity.
Yeah, and plus I think you could advertise that, for the school or whatever.
Yeah.
Show that like, oh yeah, we have like a really good energy school because we're putting a lot of money into renewable energy, and that could attract like really good people as well. So
I read that Miller said that one of the reasons Penn State has been excelling in energy sustainability is that it's employed energy-saving practices longer than many other universities. She said that Penn State leads in waste handling and energy management. I don't know of what universities that includes, but that's pretty good. But we should definitely keep that up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And there's always room for improvement, So just like kind of keep with the
I don't
practices
even think we're
doing.
doing that good of a job, like in some aspects.
So maybe other schools are doing the worst job. So we got so much room for improvement, and they have miles and miles of room for improvement. Yeah, so I think it's definitely something that just goes to like student like awareness, which I think could be as easy just putting like a little brochure under someone's door. Because when you get here for the first time, you're all excited, like you're gonna read anything they give you.
Yeah.
So even if it's like if it's super small, it's not like a book, just a little small thing. You're gonna like run through it, and like if you see, oh wow, like I have a recycling thing on my floor. It's not that hard to get to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely something. And then fundraiser, that could definitely be good. We were saying like maybe Beaver Stadium or something, right? Or something with like a football game.
Like big events, like they could have done it during Arts Fest or something. Like I don't know, maybe like a percentage of like if you buy this, like a percentage of money will go to like Penn State Energy or something.
True. Yeah.
And like I know at football games they always like you could get the announcer to say like a random fact, I guess, like Beaver Stadium uses so and so much of kilowatts of energy. Help us save energy by doing this.
Yeah, that's potential. So. Yeah, we got a lot of people. Like a lot of people were there at the game, so definitely cool. We were saying like signage. That'd be cheap just to put like recycling is over there.
Cheap and simple, effective.
Yeah, and that could be real. People if they don't know where things are.
They're not expensive at all.
And maybe to like save money. I mean, because if we're gonna like put those facts on stuff, we could like put them on like the Penn State homepage or like on Angel. Or on
Angel,
web,
yeah, I didn't
web,
think about that. Yeah, what if we
Yeah.
use Angel like
Web
advertise
mail
that
or
kind of
something.
stuff?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
has
like-
to use Angel, so they'd be seeing it.
Just like
Yeah.
the ads that are on like the side and stuff.
Yeah,
where they're just like
mhm.
all
Just like little facts,
friendly.
like
Yeah.
friendly facts.
Eli and Angel webmail, and then like the PSU homepage.
Yeah, I like that. So we like, call it like facts on the Penn State like main page.
Yeah.
And I know that because also like energy management is coming to be like one of the most popular majors now. I know so many people that are doing energy management as a major, and like we're gonna move in such like a, and now they're talking about how soon they're trying to get like the U.S. Isn't it they're saying like it's already 50% like dependent on its own energy, or like they're going for that? They're going like for 100% sustainability or something.
Yeah.
But we could like just talk about like get people more aware, and then by that awareness it's like actually contributing to like the overall like everything sort of.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cardboard. One thing you brought up, the fact that you didn't know where it was.
I just don't know where.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
make it easy to get to, I guess.
It's in a
more
weird
accessible.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
what if you did like we have the recycling closet? What if you just put it like on the ground? I know because you have all the bins and you have like some space to
Yeah.
walk. I mean, you don't really need to walk in. You just kind of throw it in the bin.
Mhm.
So if you just put the recycling like just on the ground, I mean, it's really simple like that.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure you like put a rule on, just say like flatten it or something. Make sure all
Yeah.
boxes are flattened, and you could keep stacking them up, and then they would check it like once a week, take them out.
Just have it in like those you know how we first moved here they had those like big like carts, like kind of like laundry carts. You
Yeah.
could put them in like you said, a closet, and just
Throw
throw
it
it
in.
in,
just
flatten it
throw
out,
it in
and
the
then
cart and then
like
take it
the
out.
housing will just come, and when they get their trash they'll bring that in the elevator and whatever.
Yeah, easy to wheel around, simple
Mhm.
for them. Yeah, definitely. All right, and we briefly mentioned dams, but that could be really expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
not really. I'd say more focus on the students, like what they do.
Yeah, especially
That has to be
since
off campus stuff.
Yeah, be off
I don't know
campus.
much about that.
yeah. I mean, plus if you could spend money on other like renewable resources,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
like put that into like our actual programs here at Penn State, and have them develop it. So, I mean, dams definitely something to think about.
Maybe
but I
in the
think
long, maybe
long.
later, but
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So which solution do you think could be implemented like the easiest, I guess? Which do you think, if we had to just go with like one or two solutions, which ones do you think we should do?
I definitely think
So definitely lights. I feel wouldn't be too bad.
yeah.
Or like just trying to aware the students more. Maybe that would be a.
I like the cardboard idea because that's really simple and that wouldn't take very long to.
That's
same with the
take
water,
effect.
like just getting in the shower head. That
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things, I think like we're talking like three main solutions here. We're talking the lights, making like the sensors in every single
Yeah.
dorm. I think because that's fairly easy to do. You can do that.
Mhm.
I mean, it might cost like they put in $56 million for energy,
Yeah,
so
so-
there's money to spend right there.
Yeah.
So I think that it would be a really good investment to do that because it's something. It's not like lights are going to go away. We're going to rely on lights
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
like the rest of the time. And I mean, you can make the lights more efficient. Put in like LEDs. I know they use less light. So definitely, and like you don't just put them in to put them in. Like if a light goes out, like burns out, then you replace it with the more efficient light. You know. So I think the sensor is probably one of the best options.
Yeah.
so lights and sensors.
And then the water. I mean, the shower head is like one of the things.
Yeah, cheap too. So.
Yeah, cheap
It's not-
shower heads.
Fixing faucets, and maybe even doing the
LED
same.
faucets and the dripping.
Maybe
Yeah.
even doing like the
That's
same
a big
thing
one.
with faucets, like making them more energy efficient faucets too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about the water station or anything like that? You think that's a good
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
that. In
Yeah.
the dorms, because I mean I know some of the buildings like have them, like at the gym they have them.
The
and
gym
stuff.
has them, yeah. So.
But and I saw one at the business building, which is outside the bathroom.
Also be cleaner water too. So.
Yeah,
a lot of people
maybe not
clean
put
it.
like 2 on the floors, but like 1 on the floor,
Yeah.
and then
Clean
that
the
way.
water so it doesn't scare the students.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the water stations is probably one of our main ones, like with the shower heads as well. Okay, and then what do we want to do about the raising awareness? That's what signage. One thing we talked about. talk about like a pamphlet under like
Yeah.
the door of
When you
like
walk
every
in.
freshman.
Yeah.
School events, like make an announcement.
So if we had to pick one thing, what do you think would be like the most effective? I guess if we just had to like, if someone wanted to know like what's the best way we could raise awareness and we had to tell them, what do you think we would tell? Like what should we tell them? I guess.
I think if we're trying to save money, and because like printing out the signs would also waste like paper,
True.
trees.
Mhm.
We could definitely do the website like Eli and
Yeah, I
Angel.
think
Yeah.
that's the best because everyone will go on that. Everyone will see it.
Because that's really just wasting like man
Yeah.
man hours or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know what the word
I
is.
thought originally signs might be the best, but then you mentioned that whole website thing, and like we
Yeah,
are required to
we
be
are
on.
that. Yeah.
All I've checked Angel like 3 times already today.
Yeah. So,
So-
we've seen it 3 times. So.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be that hard to do too. You can just kind of
And then-
like make
Yeah.
it fun, you know, because it's really not that colorful right now. It's just like blue on the
Yeah.
sides. So if you just put in some like kind of like cool backgrounds with some facts in there, I think
Mhm.
people will be really responsive to that. So
And then one pamphlet when you like walk in or
yeah,
during orientation, get a pamphlet or something like
Mhm.
that would just be simple and it's like one time thing.
Yeah.
exactly. But it makes a good first impression. That's like something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
People can-
does. 'Cause it's like shows that we're green, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Anything else anyone else wants to add at all, or? I think we kind of covered it. Sensors, water stations, and like the water like shower heads. Putting the like advertising on the websites, the Penn State
Yeah.
websites. Not really advertising, just kind of like
Yeah,
give
just
them little fun facts. You know, I like to learn something every day. And then the pamphlets under the door the first day. I think
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
really good. Cool.
awesome.